Okay, so this is a brief introduction to using Python. Regardless of where you use Python, it's going to be fundamentally the same. This is idle, and it's worth pointing out that this is idle on a Mac, so it looks slightly different to idle on a PC, but fundamentally it's the same. When you open up idle for the first time, and this will be the same on many programs that you would use to write Python code in, you are going to have the shell. Okay, for want of a better term, the shell is like the display window. It sort of shows us the outcome of our program. You can actually write programs over here, but as a general rule of thumb, it's not a great idea. They're not editable. So if you make a mistake, you can't go back and change it. It's not a good place to be programming. When you open up Python or idle for the first time, you're going to need to set up a new window that you can program in. This is this window on the right, and you do that by going File, New File. And that is the same on a PC as well, it's just you'll have a bar across here rather than at the very top of the screen. Okay. Now, just very basically, in Python, you have a few command words, and well, you actually have quite a lot of command words to be fair, but you can tell that you're getting something right because those command words will be colored. A really great example of this and something that you'll use all the time will be print. Print appears in this sort of purpley color. If you make a mistake here and you say make it a capital P, you'll notice it's now in black. Okay, as a general rule of thumb, if something has got if it's got a bit of color to it, then you've done it correctly. If the color isn't there, then there's probably a mistake. There are obviously plenty of exceptions to this, but it's a good thing to look out for. The very first thing I'm going to do, just as a little demonstration of how Python and idle work, is I'm going to create a hello world. For anybody who doesn't know very much about programming, hello world or making a hello world is a tradition amongst programmers. When you first pick up a programming language, you want to know how to make a hello world statement. It's really useful because it shows us one or two things about the program and about the language. It's also a great way of just sort of working out how to output some information, and for my purposes now, it's great to show you a program over here and how it output over here. Okay, so to do a hello world, we're going to type print. We're going to need a bracket. Now, whilst I'm here, anything that is in purple is always going to have brackets after it. You will find sometimes that you have a purple word, a command word, and you're putting brackets after it, and you don't actually put anything in those brackets. That happens all the time. Just accept the fact that when you've got purple text, you're going to put brackets after it. In this case, we want to output two worlds, hello and world, and the way we do that is by having a string. A string, in idle at least, appears in green, and it appears between speech marks. And I will type hello world. Close the speech marks, close the brackets. Okay. If I now run this, like this, it's going to ask me to save it. I'm just going to save it to my desktop, and I'm going to call this hello world. I know the box is just going off the screen there, but trust me, I'm saving it. It saves, and then it runs over here, and you can see I've got hello world. Whoops. What was I doing? What was I thinking? So I've obviously made a correction here. You'll notice I can actually put my cursor in there. I can't actually do anything. Okay, I'm getting this sort of bong noise saying that it's not editable. So that actually worked out quite nicely as a demonstration that can't be changed. I've changed it over here though, so I'll run it again. And we'll see we get hello world over there. That was a very brief introduction to Python using idle and how to do a hello world using the print statement and a string of characters. Hope you found it useful. Thank you very much.